Well, it's that time of the year whenever you get home from work or whatever that you get into the house and hopefully the air conditioner is working well enough that it's going to be nice and cool. But what if it isn't? What if it's or even working too hard and you're getting those astronomical power bills? Well, today on the show we brought in Brian Younger with Geiger Heating and Air Conditioning. How you doing, Brian?
Doing
Good
good,
to see you
Jim.
again. It's been a while.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Well, we had to have you in here because we wanted to talk about getting your air conditioning checked. What are some of the important things you need to do? What do you look for with your power bill? Is just higher than you think it is. We were talking to one of our cameramen before we started shooting, and he's like, the little one-bedroom apartment, and he pays almost $150 a month. You said that's way too much.
That's way too much. You need to at least have your air conditioner serviced 2 times a year by a licensed contractor, for sure. Your air conditioner is 60% of your power bill, so there's nothing else in your house that uses that much of power at your house. So a dirty coil can up that 30%. A dirty blower can up it by 35%. Undercharged Freon, that's 60%. So,
wow.
I mean, that's
a lot right there.
That's a lot. And power's not getting any cheaper.
And then you start looking at other things like, changing out your filter once a month, which you should
dirty filters, 10 to 22% increase.
And then, other things you might want to look for is going through your house and, finding out, well, am I losing air through the windows, or not getting not good insulation, those things. That all just adds up after a while.
Everything adds up. Leaks in windows, leaks around doors. If you can see daylight around the bottom of your door, there's a problem.
That's it. Yeah.
That's right. Every room in your house should stay within 1 to 2 degrees of each other. If not, you need a licensed contractor to come out, check out your ductwork, make sure there's enough static pressure to get air moving throughout your entire house. There shouldn't be hot spots and cold spots in your house. And that's coming from designing the ductwork correctly, being installed correctly. And that's something at Geiger. We inspect ductwork. We have a full list of things we go through for a spring check and a summer check. And right now they're $149.95 for 2 visits.
Oh, that's a good deal.
That gets us out twice a year to make sure we put our hands on the equipment, make sure it's working correctly. That gets you 10% off any parts you need throughout the year. It gets you priority service and no overtime charges. So if you need us on the weekends or at night, we're there.
That's good. That's good.
That's pretty good.
And I know we're talking about summertime mainly, but the wintertime too. I mean, even though we don't have really often have cold winters here, but still, you sitting in that house and your heat might be working a little bit too much. And again, little cracks in the doors, cracks in the window, letting that cold air in.
Correct. And around this area, there's heat pumps in use more than anything else. A heat pump works the exact same way in air conditioning and heat. It just switches from outside to inside unit with a reversing valve. So your outside unit's going to run in heat and in cool. So if it's low Freon, if it's a dirty coil, all those things are going to add up. So it's going to use a lot more power anytime it runs.
And you're going to get more too if you have a 2-story house, because
Correct.
Warm air rises.
That's right.
So you're trying to cool up that upstairs too, and especially when your bedrooms or something are upstairs. You downstairs it might be comfortable. You walk upstairs and it's just like,
That's right. It's best to have 2 systems on a 2-story house. That's what we would design if we designed it from the ground up with the builder. Get you better control. I mean, if you're not upstairs, you can turn that unit off or turn it up pretty high. If you have them both running at the same time, your meter's going to be spinning pretty good. And then Mississippi Power and Coastal Electric's going to be they'll be happy for you.
So whenever you go out right now, what are some of the things that you're finding that people, the coils, I guess, aren't clean?
The coils are dirty. Some of the wiring could be burnt, causing something to stick on or not come on. Filters are a big deal. Blower wheels being dirty,
How important is clean ductwork?
Ductwork being clean is pretty important. As long as you keep your filter clean, you should never have a problem with your ductwork. If you don't change your filter, then you're going to have dirt in your unit and in your ductwork. So keep your filter clean. You won't have to worry about cleaning your ductwork.
It probably would be good if you haven't had it checked in a while. It probably would be good if you had it checked just to be on the safe side. I mean, it's been 10 years or so. You might have some, especially if you have pets, they get all the dust and pet dander up in there.
Exactly. We have a camera we can run in ductwork to check it and make sure it's clean, or if it's dirty, and then get it taken care of for you.
Well, we're going to kind of start a little series here. We've got about 3 minutes left on our segment. We're going to start a little series here with Brian and Geiger, to where you can send in your questions.
Yeah, go to our Facebook page, like it, and present a question to us. We'll answer all questions, but then we're going to be coming back every week answering some of the questions from Facebook. We're trying to get people We want people to know and understand an air conditioning system. We don't. If you go to a customer's house and they have no clue, all they know is the thermostat's here and this is how I turn it on, this is how I turn it off. We want them to know what it does, how it works. That way, they're more informed and they can make better decisions if they need to replace it or if they need to make repairs.
When do you start looking at maybe getting a whole new unit? I mean, how old? Let's say I've got a unit outside that's however many years old. When do you start looking at maybe it's time to replace that unit because I've had to have more and more repairs on it?
Right. They don't make things like they used to.
No.
I've seen air conditioners that have been around for 25, 30 years. Newer air conditioners have around a 10-year warranty on it. You're going to get anywhere from 10 to 15 years of a system. After 15 years, it's not going to be efficient enough to keep it. I mean, it's going to cost you more to run it than it would be to put a new one in and start getting savings back.
And keeping the air conditioner, I mean, one of the things you might want to do from time to time is making sure you got to keep it clean around the air conditioner as well.
Correct.
Whenever you weed eat, that's one of the things I always know to do is make sure that area around there is clean.
And don't chop the wire that runs from the outside unit to the house.
I'm always careful around that one too.
It happens all the time. The dogs either chew it or the weed eater hits it.
Yeah, well, dogs might only chew it one time. They get popped one good time.
It's only 24 volts, so it won't
I know,
hurt
but
them.
it'll tingle.
It'll make them not want to get near it.
They'll definitely feel it. Well, so what are some of the other things maybe we could do to help keep our cooling costs
Every
down?
time you mow the grass, just take a water hose and rinse off the outside unit. And that's whenever you change your filter. If you change your filter once a month, every 2 months, depending on what kind of filter you use, when you change that filter, there should be a spot on your drain line where you can pour a cup of bleach in it. That keeps your drain line flowing. Your drain line is going to either ruin hardwood floors, soak your carpet. I mean, it could do multiple things if it overflows. If it's in the attic, then you're looking at sheetrock falling down, everything else. So just keep everything clean, and that's some of the tips we give customers when we come out on our service agreement.
Okay. Now, whenever they call you, set up an appointment to come out and check out their system, you'll tell them right then. Two visits a year, $149.
$149.95 plus tax.
Is your special on there right now, and
Yes,
that is a tremendous deal. It really is.
Well, a service call is going to cost you around $111 to $125. So
Basically
you're
get it
getting
for
two
$75
visits.
apiece.
Right, you're getting 2 visits for a little more than the service call.
And you're going to thoroughly check out everything.
Yes, sir. We have a detailed sheet. We go through and check voltages, amps, pressures. We don't leave anything unturned. We go through everything.
Okay. Well, be sure that you go to the Facebook page. And again, if you have any questions for them, write it on there or, send it in. We'll be coming back on another show here, and we'll start answering some of those questions.
That's correct.
On what you can do. If you'd like to set up an appointment, phone number is there on your screen, or you can check out some more on their website. Get cool this summer and get some help from Geiger Heating and Air here on the Gulf Coast.